Are you ready? The Kornelia Stephanie Show. Wake up to love, your call to action. Join Kornelia as she empowers others to live heaven on earth. Kornelia teaches listeners how to be the authority over yourself, embracing your inner guru. Feel yourself uplifted into limitless expansion, integrating ease and grace in a changing world. This show will cover topics such as unconditional love, your physical body, how to be in extraordinary relationships, create financial and emotional wealth, embracing entrepreneurship in the new earth.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kornelia Stephanie Show. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you today. I am so excited to introduce you. I know you've seen these amazing people before. It's the KS Media Group, which features the world's best, the world's best experts in their field, the change makers, the free thinkers that are here to help build our new world together, to help you thrive in your life and business. So I'm Kornelia Stephanie, and Annie McDonnell, she's here. Hi, Annie. Say hi.
Hi, Kornelia. Hi, everyone.
Good to see you. And Annie, what do you do?
I'm an acupuncturist, sound healing practitioner, and grief guide, and I love to help people explore their grief in a safe and gentle way.
Yeah, and this is why I really want the people to know you, because you in our group are known for supporting people in grief, and this is grief of all kinds, right? Because it's it's like so many people are experiencing so much loss in this world, and to properly release that grief and dive into that grief, we need the support, and you help people with that, and that's why I love you being part of the KS Media Group, because you're supporting our people, the people that are ready to heal from grief and transcend that and live life, while grieving. One phone call I have to make right after this is a good friend of mine whose brother just passed away. She phoned me last night, and this is someone that is grieving. So we all have grief that we have to deal with. Thank you for that, Annie. Karin Lubin is here. Welcome to the show, Karin.
Hello, thank you. I'm Karin, and I help people get better and maintainable results in fitness and in nutrition. So if you're interested, the Lubin Lifeline is where you want to go.
Yeah, we all need that lifeline. I love that. I love that new tagline, the Lubin Lifeline. That's fun. That's really fun. And you are a walk your talk person in your spiritual life, but also with the physical body. This show is about our physical body, taking it to the next level. So the fact that you are our fitness person, the person that helps people heal their body in ways through nutrition and exercise and movement, so important. So thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And last but not least, our beautiful Susan Axelrod, the confidence coach, is in the house. Yay!
Hello, good to see you. Good to be here with everyone. And I can't say, I've interviewed everyone here on my own podcast platform. I can't say enough how much this group of people really does walk the talk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good to be us, isn't it, Susan?
Yes, it is. It's good to be us.
Yeah, we've said that many times over the years, celebrating who it is that we are. And today we're going to be talking about, Susan's going to introduce some concepts to us about what she's doing in her business, how she's helping people. But before we do that, I did ask everyone to bring a quote. So, Karin, you get to go first. What quote did you bring us?
I will say that I simplify embodiment and I make it accessible.
The Lubin Lifeline.
That's right. The Lubin Lifeline. That's it.
I love it.
You got it. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. What about you, Annie?
Well, I would love people to consider that your grief is worthy of tender attention and gentle care.
By Annie McDonnell. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And what about you, Susan?
It is your soul confidence that leads to legacy.
Soul confidence. And that's what you are. You support people in life and business with their confidence, because it does require that we're confident to keep moving ahead when there's all kinds of things that are happening. So thank you for that. I want us to, we'll be using these quotes in our marketing, because I think we need to have them, listed and written down when we're sharing our videos, when we're sharing our content. Maybe you can share with your quote. Maybe you can share with the quote. Come and check out these people. So the quote that I want to share with you today, I had so many to choose from that I was like, which one do I really want right now, right? I wanted to bring one that I wrote on happiness that is really, really cool. I'll bring that the next time. We're always going to be bringing you quotes. We're always going to be bringing you quotes. But decide to thrive and be joyful. It could stop there. Decide to thrive and be joyful. It could stop there. But if you don't feel it, if you don't believe it, then that's where your work lies. And for you to have that feeling, that is what's important. I feel supportive. I feel valuable. I feel nurtured. I feel loved. I feel honored. I feel respected. I feel my consciousness. I feel like everything's going to be okay. Kornelia Stephanie. So the reason why this is such an important quote is because if you feel loved, if you feel nurtured, if you feel supported, if you decide to thrive and you really want to build your empire, whatever it is that you're going to be doing in your life, you have to first feel it in the body, and you have to feel it by what you've given to yourself already. I feel supported by my self-love. I feel supported by my nurturing. I feel supported and honored by how I show up for myself. These things are important, and then the outside world can match you. So this is a very important way to acknowledge how you're feeling. And it's a good test even. Are you feeling supported? If you're not, it's time to release and let go. Release and let go of where you're not feeling supported, and then show up for yourself or ask someone else for something that you need, right? So,
Amelia, before you go on, I just want to say I wrote on my notes the quote in quotation marks: "Decide to thrive."
Decide.
That's what you said. First, you said, "If you decide to thrive," and I'm like, "Ooh, I like that."
Yeah, decide, because I made that decision myself, that especially in this year, in 2024, with all the looming chaos that's out there, all the looming fear, I decide, I choose, I decide to thrive this year. And I'm not allowing any of the outside world to, stop me from having the consciousness and having the beingness and having the actions for how I show up, that I'm thriving. Because really, what does it mean to thrive? I'm thriving in my expression. I'm thriving in my communications. I'm thriving in my friendships. I'm thriving in my life. So thriving can mean a lots of things. Thriving in my business, it can mean a lot of things. What does it mean to you? But first you have to decide to, because you're either going to come from one or the other. You're going to come from not thriving, struggling, experiencing lack, or you're going to come from a place of choosing to thrive. I decide. So I decide to thrive, to be joyful in my day-to-day activities. All right, guys. Now we have a wonderful expert speaker here today that's going to enlighten us with her new system. She's here to talk to us about business, which she's very, very good at. So Susan Axelrod, talk to us about what you're up to and, what you're doing with your business.
Thank you so much. I'm already buzzing a little bit from this word thrive, and I just wrote down on my notes again, taking your lead, what does it mean to thrive in business? and what does it actually take to thrive in business. So in my work as a confidence coach for supporting people in life and in business, I find often that people, women in particular in my market, but men also in business for themselves, lack one of the most important things, and that is belief in their intuition. Belief in their intuition, understanding what the intuition is, what I call the intuitive business in them is. And this is what leads to the thing that is so lacking, which is confidence. And your confidence comes from understanding yourself, drilling deep into your soul's intuition and how it applies in business. So I want to say the people we have here today and the people in the KS Media Group, this is the magic that works for all of us because we are in this deep intuitive space. As I have been exploring this for myself over many years, I've been in business for myself since 2001. In those days, I was an industry expert in my industry as a consultant. And over the years, morphed my work, and over the last decade have changed my career into a coach. I did a lot of self-exploration and self-assessment, something, Kornelia, you help us do in this group often. As I, over the last few years, really assessed my success in business, I realized that there was a system involved. And the system I call the intuitive business system. And I have 3 steps in my system. Step 1 is create. Step 2 is grow. And step 3 is sustain. And drilling down deep into each one of those steps, I have a structure in place to support the system. Along the way of visiting with my own business success, my own interest in thriving in business, and my own willingness to show up, right? When you're in business for yourself, you really have to show up for yourself. And that takes work, commitment, and confidence. I went over this with clients. I created a program, and I ended up creating a business class to teach my system. I call it in business. And so the progression of what I'm sharing with you is the evolution of my own work in business and how my own business has evolved. When I say that the people in this group walk the talk, this is what I teach and share now in my own business system. So the intuitive business system actually believes and trusts a woman's intuition. And for women who are entrepreneurial, they're often looking out at what others have told them to do and how others have told them to be. But when we trust ourselves, when we go into our own intuitive space, then it comes out so organically, as if by magic. People say to us things like, wow, how could you have known that? And wow, this one session has changed everything for me. Again, I could speak here. I personally have spoken deeply and worked with Kornelia, Annie, and Karin here in their own areas. And I could say how much this applies. And so that's what I'm up to. That's what I do. I help women in business get in charge and confident. And there's one more thing that I want to say, and that is, if your financial accounts are not in good order from your business, then you need a system. And that's what the intuitive business system is. When women have money, the world is better. And so I support women to get more money in their business by creating a system and offering a business class. So thank you for letting me share that. And if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to discuss. Karin, hello.
Hi there. Thank you, Susan. That's very interesting. It makes me think of a lot of things, but you gave an example of in the three pieces or ways in which you break down your system for the intuitive and creation. Could you give an example of being intuitive for growth and also for sustaining your business?
Yeah. Yes, I'd love to. So I have what I call the 3 V's, the 4 S's, and the 3 R's. So in the create stage, or the 3 V's, your vision, values, and voice of your business. And you asked about the growing stage and where the intuitive space is. So my first S in the 4 S's of step 2, which is grow, is actually sacred, Karin. Inside my business system, I have the word sacred, and that is the soul of your business. And that is really your soul voice and your soul intuition coming out. And then the second word also is intuitive. My second word is strategy. And often women are not given space and permission to be as strategic as we are, but yet we manage families and communities, right? And so then in the third step, sustain, I have resources, referrals, and review. And in my review stage, again, Karin, this is where the intuition comes in, because we don't just review quantitatively. In our world, the way we work, we review intuitively and qualitatively. So that answers your question a little bit.
It does. Is there a specific example, though? Like, can you tell a story about you or maybe a client that has done something like that? Because I want to really have the picture for everyone, as well as for myself, of what that looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I really embody this system. So as I myself have grown and evolved by going into deep consciousness, deeply understanding how thoughts create your experience and how much you have to break through. And I have had to break through my thoughts to get to the embodiment, the expression, the intuition, the feeling. I can say that every day now I can feel it when I speak to people directly about this. So the sacred and the strategy for me is specifically when I look, usually I'm online because that's the nature of the business I've been building for 10 years. I look directly in the camera or directly in the eyes of someone I meet and say, I'm speaking to you. And Karin, that is the most specific I really want to get, that so many women in particular don't do. Even just that is deeply intuitive. Regarding the space of sustaining and reviewing, we women ask ourselves questions differently. The specific example for me, again, to use myself in review is the world better from what I'm doing? What is the impact of what I'm doing on children, families, and in particular for me now, young professionals? These are a couple of personal, we show up here personally in the KS Media Group. So these are a couple of personal examples.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
I love those. I love those questions you ask, Karin. They're very, very authentic and organic. That I followed that thread so very well. Annie, did you have a question that you want to ask Susan?
Yeah, Susan, it's been fascinating getting your view on things. And
no, Annie, you have to speak louder because we can't hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, sorry. I was just saying it was a fascinating glimpse of the possibilities that open up combining intuition and structure. I was curious about I think when most people think of intuition, they think maybe for sort of free-flowing, uncontained. How do you see the tension or the dynamic between intuition and structure? Are they competing or can they collaborate?
I love this question. I'm going to address it just briefly right now, and then I'm going to go into my organic marketing and do a live on this. And the question is, when you say a lot of people see intuition as free flowing, in my step 2 of grow, I have structure and systems built into my overall business system. Annie, when you bring structure to your intuition, you will thrive in a way that you can't imagine. So to intentionally bring some measure, I call it mapping, structure, scaffolding, to rein in your intuition, right? And really see it, believe it, give it expression, you will thrive in a way you can't imagine. So that, I love the idea of the tension there. I'm also can be free flowing, but I'm also with scaffolding surrounding the intuitive space that is intended for me.
That's excellent. I love that. And now you have more content that you can speak on. I mean,
tune in for my live today.
Yeah, that's so great. And tell us where that live is exactly.
Yeah, thank you. My website is whatwillyourlegacybe.com. And you can find me daily live in LinkedIn on my profile page, Susan Axelrod, and my business page on Facebook, also called What Will Your Legacy Be? And my YouTube channel is The Confidence Zone with Susan Axelrod.
Now, is the live today on the YouTube channel at The Confidence Zone?
Yeah, I go live every day, Kornelia. And so I go live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
Oh, good. Okay. So now that we all know where we can find you, because I know you're going to be speaking about this more in depth. And what's really cool is, you know, as you're tuning into the KS Media Group and you're learning about these incredible people that are helping people change their lives with whatever they're offering, because they're all called to do it, because otherwise they wouldn't be doing it, right? Like Susan said, you know, am I making a difference? What lives am I changing? What has changed? We all are. So you're going to learn more about these people and how they can serve you, how they can help you make your life better. One last thing before we close the show today is, Susan, do you have your business system set up on your website that people can go check out?
I do indeed, Kornelia. I'm laughing because Kornelia Stephanie is really one of the people who has helped me get organized and structured myself. So on my website, What Will Your Legacy Be? Go to services and you will find my business class. It's available to anyone, new entrepreneurs, early entrepreneurs who want to be more confident in business. All the information is there, what you'll get, the structure, the fee, etc. So yeah, thank you, Kornelia, for how you've supported me personally over a now 5-year journey. And I really want people to take this business class to get more confident in business. I invite them.
That's so good, Susan, because that needs to be on the I want list. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. And the other thing about I want is, you know, we're not asking for, and we need to ask for more. We need to ask for more. I'm going to be teaching this and talking about this in the KS Media Group upcoming, but I just want to tell you, make a list. I want, I don't want. Make that list, because what is it that you want in 2024, 2025? And here are the people that are here right now that are here to support you to get some of those things dialed in, right? And be thriving in your life. I want to thank everybody for listening and tuning into the show today. I want to thank you, Annie. I want to thank you, Karin. I want to thank you, Susan, for being here and for sharing your brilliance with all of us. We'll see you again in 2 weeks, everyone, here with the KS Media Group, offering you our brilliance. See you next time, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, Kornelia.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.